Hello friends, it's Denise from God's Third Acre, and today is Tasty Tuesday. Actually no, it's Wacky Wednesday, but I made a video yesterday on Tasty Tuesday using this new camera that my husband got me for Christmas, and yes, he let me open it early, only to find out that I did not turn on the microphone. So I had to redo something for Tasty Tuesday. So instead of cheese ball, you're going to get to see almost candy bars, which are absolutely delicious, and they really are almost like candy bars. I got the recipe off the side of a Pillsbury Devil's Food cake box a long time ago, and I've been using it ever since. So come along with me and I'll show you how to put them together. Okay, I've got just one of my Tupperware bowls here, and we're going to start with one package of Devil's Food cake mix. Just pour that into the bowl. To that, we're going to add 1 stick of butter. What can go wrong here? We've got chocolate and butter. This is going to be delicious. So I'm going to use my pastry cutter, and we're just going to cut that butter into the chocolate cake mix. This is going to be our crust on the almost candy bars. So this is the bottom layer. So we want to work this in here until you get, so it's kind of like a coarse meal. I think I found this recipe maybe 12 years ago at least. I've been making it for a while, and we always enjoy having this at Christmas time. But I've also made it at other times, like for bake sales or events when my daughter was in school. I'd take it, and the kids just love it. Okay, I think that's cut in there pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take my pan. It calls for a 10 by 15 pan, which I don't have a 10 by 15. This is a little smaller than 10 by 15, but it still works. I've used it for this before. So we'll just dump that out there, and then you want to take your hands and just lightly press it onto the pan. So I'm going to get it spread out here first. And I'm going to run it up on the sides a little bit, just because I want it to have that little bit of an edge there. But press it in. Don't be afraid to press it down. You've got that butter in there, and it's going to cook into that and make a wonderful crust. Okay, so after we get that done, we are going to sprinkle with 1 cup each of butterscotch chips and chocolate chips. So I just put a cup each in the bowl and mixed them up. So now we're going to sprinkle these all over this. So we got chocolate, butter, and butterscotch. I think I'm gaining weight just thinking about it. But these are so delicious. Okay, kind of spread those out evenly if you haven't. So that was a cup of each of butterscotch and chocolate chips. Now, it also calls for a cup of coconut, which is optional. I don't have quite a cup of coconut here. I'm just going to sprinkle on what I've got. And when I would make these for school treats, I would omit the coconut because so many kids are funny about coconut. Well, heck, so many people are funny about coconut. They either like it or they hate it. So there doesn't seem to be a middle ground with coconut. So we'll put the coconut on there, and then we use 1 cup of chopped nuts. Now, I usually use pecans or walnuts, but this time I'm going to use slivered almonds. I think this is going to make it kind of like an Almond Joy candy bar almost. But also my cousin is allergic to pecans and walnuts, so I wanted to make these so that she could enjoy them as well. So 1 cup of slivered almonds going on top. I don't think I got them spread out too evenly here, but it'll work. And I have my oven preheating to 350. So I turned that on before I started making the recipe. Then the last thing we do is take 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Yes, sweetened condensed milk. And we're just going to pour that over the top. Look at all this sweet, yummy deliciousness. Yes, sugar is bad for you, but at Christmas time, I make all the stuff with sugar anyway. Okay, so we just drizzle this over the top. And I think that's good enough. Now this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes or until it's a light golden brown. So I have to keep referring to my recipe. I don't want to steer you wrong on this. So I'm going to put it in the oven now, and we'll come back when they're done and you can see how delicious they look. Okay, my friends, it just came out of the oven and it looks so delicious. I'm going to let it cool before I cut it. Needs to cool down pretty much all the way before you can cut it. So once I get it cut, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, my friends, they just came out of the oven and I've got them on the cooling rack. You need to wait until they cool completely before you cut them. Otherwise, they'll fall apart. But these are so delicious. Russell just came in and he can't wait for me to cut some so he can taste them. So from my house to yours, I hope you try this recipe. It is indeed very delicious, and I know that you will enjoy it, as will your family. So from another Tasty Tuesday, thank you for showing up, and remember to hit that like button and subscribe. And hope you have a wonderful day and a good rest of your week. And God bless.